Hopefully it worked out.
I think it's good. The red light is flashing.
I agree. The red light is flashing. I think we timed it out good.
Perfect.
Bruce, welcome back. Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Stratocast.
We've been waiting a while. We haven't been posting a lot lately. We haven't been doing anything. We suck.
I know the last time we were on, we talked about being more schedulized or whatever, more scheduled, but it's really hard because we really only get together one day a week, every week.
For a couple hours.
Only for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And that's just not long enough to do the things that we want to do.
It's a good distance relationship, though. You know?
We end up making it work.
Yeah, we call each other.
People should take notes on our relationship if they're like living long distance away from each other. How long were we talking together on the phone last night? 4 hours, I think?
No, not 4 hours, but like 2.5 to 3 for sure.
I think it definitely crossed the 3 hour mark.
Okay, it might have. Because the calls dropped a bunch of times.
So we had to keep calling each other back.
Yeah, there's no letting it go. Once we dropped it, it's just like, okay, I'll call you right back.
No, and Bruce has been hanging out in Tofino the last little while, so he's been really far away.
Yeah.
And how have you been liking it?
Oh, dude, for anyone that hasn't been to Tofino, it's one of the most amazing places ever.
Obviously.
And the thing is when I used to go there when I was a kid, I didn't realize all the cool stuff to do in the town. I thought it was just the beaches. So you got Long Beach, which is probably the most famous one, and Mackenzie Beach, and Chesterman or whatever. But when you actually go into town, there's just a wonderful little community, and their municipality does it so well, where they have all the houses on display, have like neat little things like artifacts in front of them, all the food stores and everything. Like everything's just so local. It's not corporate. It's not franchised. It's just their own little thing.
It is nice.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah.
And the food is so
fuck
good.
Yeah. I checked out the downtown there in Tofino for the first time, I think only like a year ago.
Yeah, with Jess?
Maybe a year and a half ago. Yeah, with Jess. The first time that I went there again with Victoria, but I only spent probably like 3 or 4 hours in there in total. So
yeah.
I definitely want to go back and check it out. I didn't do the boardwalk. I didn't do like a sushi place or anything. But the food place I did go to was fucking incredible.
Yeah, which one?
I went to the Schooner pub. The Schooner?
Yeah, okay, that's the one down.
It looks like the barn.
Yeah,
it's huge, yeah. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, they just moved Tough Beans Coffee House. So there used to be a coffee shop. They just moved
lots of coffee shops.
Yeah, there's tons. Yeah, they all closed down so early though. Like I'm a late night coffee drinker.
Yeah.
I like my late night coffee, and they're all closed by like 5. But I get it.
So silly.
People got places to be, man. It's like a small little place.
Yeah.
I get it. But like 7. Come on.
Fuck yeah, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I used to think it was just the beach part too. I just went camping there and just went to that one little strip, and I'm like, oh well, this is nice here, but I didn't know people actually lived here.
Yeah, and when I it always it's so cool how like the history of the city. Like I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but like. I mean, that place had to have been hit by a tsunami in the past, man. It's just facing the ocean. It's got these giant waves coming in. Like, I wonder how much that thing's been buried and come up again and just been fucked by... Like, because they say we haven't had an
earthquake. Maybe that's why the beach is the way it is, you know what I mean?
Well, I have no idea, but yeah, maybe.
Like, that side of the island, like, how it's all, like, a lot more, like sandy and, like, smooth compared to, like, this rocky side.
Yeah.
So maybe I got hit by something, like, and just, like...
Just all eroded down to this one thing. Yeah, and it's so cool.
I'm not a geologist.
The crazy, we fucking science people, we have no idea what we're talking about. But one thing I do know is the way the trees grow. So it's like the same species of vegetation, but because it just gets fucked by wind and potentially by like lots of water and stuff like that. And,
sand.
And so they grow like really thin and really like they just grow really uniquely, and they're so cool to look at and like fantasize about climbing.
It's gorgeous there.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
Really pretty. It looks like almost like it's very majestic there.
Yeah,
that's what I always think when I go there.
Yeah, so I've been there. I got to stay there for 2 weeks. Thank you, work. And just explore the city. I stayed in Ucluelet for not during the work trip, but in the past I have for a week.
Haven't been there before.
Another beautiful city. Still Tofino over Ucluelet for sure. But they have Ucluelet has some of the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do like pizza.
Yeah, everyone likes a slice.
More than a slice. A slice is a fucking tease. Nobody ever hates a slice. Like, don't give me a slice. I need the whole thing.
Yeah. Jesus
Bastards.
Christ.
But also, well, what we actually just did, guys, we just went longboarding to get away from Tofino. I just tried longboarding for the first time outside, and that was a good time.
Yeah.
Bruce bought a longboard in Tofino.
Yeah.
And that inspired it, and then he's been practicing in Tofino, and he's like, dude, you gotta try this shit. And I tried it, and I'm not very good, but I'm gonna practice.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. So I used to, my skateboarding career started because I've made so many millions of dollars.
We're gonna make you famous.
Yeah, Tony Hawk 604-313 and call me up. But basically, I was in grade 4, and I think it was like actually those Tony Hawk video games kind of started the idea of you know, they're just badasses doing Indy 900s over helicopters and stuff like that.
The flamingo.
So me and my buddy Josh, I was friends with Josh, and we got our skateboards going, and just never really looked back. Well, we started skateboarding, and I wasn't I could ride, but I couldn't do tricks and stuff. Like the most extents to a trip I could do is like an ollie, which is like the basic, you know, super. And I could do do manuals, nose manuals, and Caspers. So that's like some of the ground tricks and everything. But then my brother got into longboarding. And so classic little brother thing. I'm gonna borrow all your shit. All your shit is now somewhat an extension to my stuff. So I borrow his board, and that was more up my alley because I only skateboarded to ride around. And longboards, they're faster. You can turn quicker. You just a much better tool of pure transportation opposed to skateboarding, which is more of I'd say a thing you can combine transportation and doing tricks with and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I want to ride this thing. I want to go crazy with this. And he ended up buying another one, so I got his old one, such as the cycle of brothers go. And so from grade 6, 7, all the way up to grade 11, if I wasn't taking the bus, which I had to do a lot growing up, this was how I get around.
Yeah,
so
which is crazy.
2 hours across Nanaimo down these crazy hills, no helmet ever because I'm a dumbass kid. I'd just go. And I'd say I could get up to 60, 70 kilometers an hour.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that that's how you got around, because I just walked everywhere. I was fat when I was a kid, so I just walked. I couldn't do that, and I didn't ride the bike because it hurt my ass. So all these things I didn't do, so I just walked. But
now he's fucking incredible at walking.
But now I'm thinking, I'm a lot better at walking, so I thought...
He used to fall down a lot.
I used to fall down excessively. But now I'm pretty good at that. I'm pretty good at the walking thing, so I'm thinking I might jump on board the wheel wagon. Get some wheels.
Yeah. And there's a cool special kind of adrenaline that comes
fun
with longboarding. And it's all those extreme sports.
Even riding a bike is fun. When I got my bike, I really liked it.
Yeah.
It's fucking fun ripping around in that.
100%.
Totally.
100%. Use the back brake and do the peel out.
Oh, yeah.
Always a
I fell
classic.
down once. It was crazy. I lost brakes. I broke one of my front brake is broken.
No, well,
but I only use the back brake.
Yeah, you
anyway,
only really want to
so it's not too bad.
Brake.
But if I really got to stop, it is tough.
Yeah.
I'm a big boy.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. And that's the thing, is these sports, you get an adrenaline rush, and people don't understand them. Well, why would you like that? And it's just fun. And it's fun because I think with these extreme sports, there's no better way to challenge yourself, because the failure is injury. So it's ultimate fear.
Yeah.
It's ultimate, fuck, I don't want to fall down going 40 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
That's why you should wear safety equipment. There's a lot of controversy, and for me right now, I don't own a helmet with my longboard. I'm going to be getting one soon. But there's a lot of controversy in the longboarding community of don't wear a helmet's cool. And that's literally what it is. But it's and I don't give a fuck about how experienced of a rider you are. You can't control
speed times velocity.
A bank robbery happening and a fucking car just driving. They just need to go somewhere and you get ran over.
Yeah,
you're
that's possible.
It totally is.
Or drunk drivers.
Yeah, drunk drivers, especially in the Nanaimo at 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah. And yeah, you know what? It's funny you say that, because I never would have taken myself for ever doing any kind of extreme sport, really, ever.
Yeah.
But I think what got me into it was the whole, our friend Warren introduced us to rock climbing.
Yeah.
He said that he was going every day in the month of April.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even wrap my head around that. I thought he was a liar. So I'm like, show me that, you fucking motherfucker. I'm like, show me that. So he took me the next morning. I'm like, let's go. And he's a pretty good rock climber, and it's really fun to push yourself and get better at that. And that's fucking scary, because you get so high, even though you're just not going to die. But people do die rock climbing.
For sure.
So what the fuck do I know?
Your harness, though, your thing.
Yeah,
right?
you're pretty safe, but you could still potentially, I don't know, something crazy could happen. But I don't think it would.
I'm thinking worst case scenario all the time. I can always die.
I always think worst case scenario, so it is scary up there no matter what.
What's scarier, rock climbing or getting in the seat of a vehicle?
Well, rock climbing feels scarier.
Yeah, no shit.
Definitely.
I'm just
And
messing
then
with
when
you.
you go, and then once you walk out the building and you like are up there and you're scared, and then you're able to get as high as you can and do whatever you can, and then after you leave the session, you just feel good having conquered that fear.
Yeah.
And that's what all the extreme sports really is.
Yeah, 100%.
But that got me through the door, and it's like, fuck yeah, this is fun. I can push myself.
I could picture myself doing more of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like I want to get my full level 1 in like skydiving. I want to be able to just be a badass solo jumper.
That's the one thing. Bungee jumping and skydiving. I keep trying to envision myself if I can even do that, and I'm just like, oh my god. Every time I envision myself, I'm like, absolutely not. Every time I put myself in the shoes, I'm like, I just die. I literally die in my head.
It's just the same thing as anything else for me. It's like public speaking. When you first start, you think you just get sweaty palms, like everything just seems stressful, you get shortness of breath. Ugh. And like that's of course when I think about skydiving, I've only done it, X amount of times. So it's fucking terrifying to jump out of an airplane still. But I know when I do it 15, 20 times, then it's just jumping out of an airplane.
Yeah, I guess. I guess it is. Yeah, I say it in theory, I'm like, I could jump out of an airplane, and then, like I said, when I really think about it, envision it, no fucking way.
Well, it's just so unnatural as a human being to jump, like to envision yourself falling out of the air 30,
true.
What is it, 30 kilometers a second, I think is a lot of, like most people's terminal velocity, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but it's got to be something close.
Apparently weight doesn't change terminal velocity?
Well, no, but what it does is when you slow down, so when the parachute gets deployed, that's where the amount of weight you have affects the velocity you're going. So when you're trying to slow the object down at a terminal velocity, that's where the weight plays a factor in the formula. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I know physics.
Physics are crazy.
I'm the physicist around here. Stratts is the chemist. I'm the physicist.
I remember watching the A-Team. Did you ever watch the A-Team?
No.
There's a movie there's a scene in the A-Team where they're falling from they're in terminal velocity in a tank.
Okay.
And they're all in a tank.
Yeah.
And they're like shooting themselves. They're shooting in mid-terminal velocity to literally fly the tank in a direction to try to push it over a lake. And then they had 3 parachutes, and it just reminds me of the weight and the terminal velocity. They had 3, and then 2 went away. They only had 1 parachute, so it was just fucked.
That's just ridiculous.
So and then they were and then they got over a lake, and they were firing downward to try to stop themselves with the thrust.
I can't.
Just ludicrous.
I know, yeah.
It was the most ludicrous thing I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know, man. Those old action movies,
it wasn't that old. It was 2012.
I know. Oh, that? Okay,
it must have been.
The remake? I thought you were talking about the original.
Liam Neeson.
Okay, wow.
Liam Neeson was in this.
Well, there's so many, not even old, you're right, but some of the James Bond movies had so many far out things that are just are we just gonna sit here and accept this? Are we gonna let them give this to us? It's ridiculous.
That was pretty ludicrous. That movie was crazy. I liked it the first time I watched it, but now looking back, I'm like, wow, that is bad.
My movie palette has gotten so much better as my years progress.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there's still a bunch of movies I liked when I was younger, and they're still awesome. Small Soldiers, Back to the Future. There's so many things. Yeah, there's so many things.
People say that has that's a perfect script.
Back to the Future?
Yeah, in film school they teach that as the perfect script.
The third one was
the first one.
Yeah, the first was awesome. Yeah. Getting to 88 miles an hour, motherfucker.
You're gonna see some serious shit. Doc Brown's the shit. I want to watch that. I was just thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's so cool to when they go back into the future. When they go back to the future. And it's 2015 or 2016 or whatever it is. And
2014.
2014.
Well, it was 2015.
I think it was 2015, yeah. And what they envision the future to be like. Jaws 3D, and it's coming out of
They almost got that right. It's Furious 12.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Furious 12, I think, is going to be a thing. Or
That's another
10.
set of movies I never got into. But it was for how close they got some of the shit. Not bad, guys, for just guessing and because if you had to guess 5, 10, 15 years of what the future is going to look like, you would be so far off. You would be so crazy far off. And for these guys to, when they reference at the end of that movie how he's it runs completely on compost now. And it's that's stuff we're trying to figure out right now.
Yeah.
Right? And it's you're getting somewhere with that.
We could have figured that out sooner if we put our minds to it. Sons of bitches.
There's just not as much money in it.
No,
it's crazy. It's And it's crazy how these things got protected. It's just it's just this lobbying for we have the money because we've been in the industry for longest, and now there's these alternative electric vehicles. There's one big electric vehicle that came out in the 90s.
They just don't want to give up their power and money.
They'll do that. They'll buy out the company, and if they can't buy out the company, they'll buy out all the sub corporations around it to make this company impossible to thrive. Or in the case of like marijuana with lumber and everything and hemp, they're just gonna associate hemp is just ridiculous.
Hemp is amazing
because it's not even like you can't just smoke hemp and get high.
No,
that doesn't exist. But they're like, ooh, this could actually really fuck us for printing paper and making clothing and everything. We don't want to deal with this, so we're gonna associate hemp with marijuana. And even though it's something that can't get you high or can't do any of the bad things that they claim for marijuana to do, they're just going to say, okay, we're going to associate it and we're going to kill two birds with one stone and we're just going to call it one big drug, and no one's going to understand why it's illegal, but we're the only voice that they have to listen to now between radio and TV, so they're just going to have to take our word for it because we control everything.
Yeah.
So we're just going to eat it up, and then you get these anti-Semitic people that are just like, they don't even know what they're saying, but they say it with such confidence, like weed is bad and hemp is bad and this and that, and it's like you literally don't know what you're talking about.
No.
And then you get defensive when I just want to talk about it.
It's the same thing when people are like, oh no, I don't like sushi. I fucking hate sushi.
Yeah.
And like, well, like, dude, like, have you ever tried this? It's fucking delicious. They're like, no, like, I haven't tried it. Like, I don't want to. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's just the same kind of thing.
Well, and
it's exactly the same mindset.
It's a huge thing. I'm going to pick on you here because I remember getting into this about raving is you do this thing sometimes where you
I haven't tried raving yet, but I don't... But
preconceived stigmas is
I
the
do
point.
my best.
So you get this idea of whatever the thing is that you think you're not going to like about it, and instead of looking at the things that you could like about it, like the sushi might taste good, the rave might be fun, you're like... You said it.
Well, see, about the rave, the reason I really never thought would really like it is because I never really liked the music at all.
Which is fair.
Yeah, and I'm like, I just really don't like this music. So there's some music that, since then, I've definitely warmed up to. So I'm like, well, fuck, maybe I would like it.
You become a lot more open. And, guys, July 6th, Faded in the Park, Stratts is going to be going to his first rave. And it's gonna be epic.
Hopefully it'll be epic.
I think it's gonna be
Bruce
awesome.
is gonna try to make it epic for me.
I am gonna try, yeah. I always like putting on a show, so if any of my friends watching this are going to that, message me, and we'll go to that together.
We'll have fun, because we like fun.
Yeah. There's
For fun guys.
fun guys. Yeah, and like, I'd love to go to... They have so many different events, you know. There's so many different events around the world.
Shambhala.
Burning Man. I'm going to Shambhala this year.
With Warren, our rock climbing friend.
Yeah, actually, I'll talk about Shambhala a little bit. So the cool thing about Shambhala is it's one of the only big music events in BC anyway that is still privately done. So they don't have these music companies like and producers and whatever hiring the DJs. So they're like, it's like, I own this piece of property. Yeah. I've been doing this music fest for 20 years. It started really small, but now as it's grown. So it's I'm like flat out exactly.
It's like
and it's still happening, and it's still in BC. It's still privately done.
Well, that's cool.
And I think this is the 21st. This is the 21st Shambhala.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
They've been doing it for a little while now, and it's super exciting because depending on the type of show you can go, like Faded in the Park, you do it's a hard rap day one, and EDM is kind of like, so it's kind of mixed. So you get two different crowds, very, very different crowds based off of what they do. And then Shambhala is no alcohol. So in a way, they're just immediately promoting drugs. So you're going to have tons of hippies on acid, on peyote, and on fucking mushrooms, on MDMA, on just
peyote.
on all the drugs you could imagine.
On everything. At once!
But no, it's a no alcohol event. So, and you know what? From what I
much better.
Well, that's just it. From what I hear, people are like, there not as many fights break out. And also
not as much garbage everywhere.
I don't know about that, so I guess
there should be less garbage.
You'd think less cans and stuff like that for sure. After some of these music fests, you look at the ground and you're just like, it's like a garbage monster came and just
puked. Or killed himself.
He killed himself and just
executed himself on the stage.
And it's like in a video game when you defeat the boss and he just explodes everywhere. That happened with garbage.
That sucks.
The garbage people.
Garbage monster.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I just like
garbage is gross.
it's super cool. And Burning Man was another one that Stratts was the first one he
I
was
do want to go to
interested.
Burning Man.
Because one of the guys we listened to, Duncan Trussell, is all about Burning Man. Which
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Has anybody heard, if anybody's heard us talk about Duncan Trussell before, we're even heavier into Duncan Trussell right now.
Than ever before, baby. Than ever before.
Bruce is starting to develop a Duncan Trussell laugh.
Do you expect me to do it?
No, but he will develop it soon enough. People will hear it. But yeah, I want to go to Burning Man. He loves it there.
Do you ever get this where you listen to something or hang around with a certain people? Because like when I hung out with Jack Bunn and everyone, their whole family, I like. There's just a very slightest British accent that would just come on to me.
Yeah.
And it's like same when I listen to the people podcasting, I get the Duncan Trussell laugh and I get their mannerisms and I get their vocabulary.
Well, their opinions too.
Yeah,
most
their
of the time.
opinions, like these things extract, and that's because when being truly original is taking what you like, so it's like you like that laugh, so you do it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Well, I listen to so much Joe and so much of these other people that I feel like I become one with them. But I was listening to something, but like you do that with like real life, like us. Like we hang out so much, especially in high school, we end up like morphing into one another. You know what I mean? We basically morph into the other. We take what we like from that person and vice versa, and it's just like a morphing, and that's the same way like it is with couples.
Yeah.
You know, that shit happens all the time.
Oh, for sure. You share each other's interests more than you think, and you're like, oh, I didn't like sushi before, but now you like it, and I'm growing a taste for it, and this and that, avocados, whatever the fuck the thing is, you guys start liking it.
Get a little healthier together, a little bit unhealthier together.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you can pick up bad habits, just other people's bad habits, as easy as you can the good habit. In fact, I'd say the bad habits are easier to pick up than the good habits, so you gotta always always watch it, and you gotta always remember that you are one person.
Of course.
Like, this is just in the relationship aspect, not just like your friendship, and even your friendships is like, you're your own individual, so you just gotta hone that.
Yeah.
And you gotta remember to compromise where you can and where you can't, don't.
Yeah.
Just a little gold nugget out there for all you guys.
Send it your way. Reminds me of a Captain America quote.
That's
sure.
exactly what it is. That's actually Peggy Carter.
Well, it's Captain America first.
Oh, fuck me.
Because it comes from the comic books, and that like Steve said it in the comics, and then he says it to Spider-Man in Civil War comics, and then they used it in the movie with Peggy. And not quite as effective though. I feel like if Steve said it himself, they didn't get a good Steve like speech in that movie. Yeah. I don't think they did anyway. I don't remember it, but fuck, I love that movie.
Yeah, Civil War was a good one. Winter Soldier is still my favorite.
I can't wait for the next Infinity War.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. Well, we don't know what it's gonna.
Well,
Avengers 4.
Well, the good thing about it that I really like, it's gonna be like, because it's just the core Avengers back from like the original Avengers, so like Steve and Tony and those guys.
Yeah.
And I want Steve and Tony, like I want like so much Steve and Tony in it, just like all of it.
Cap's gonna die.
Well, they're all gonna die as far as I can tell.
They're all gonna die.
They're all gonna die again, as far as I can tell. Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna make out of the Tesseract. They're gonna make a simulator that simulates more possibilities than Doctor Strange could see. So then, when they finally do the one thing right, I know they're gonna get it. When they finally do the one thing right out of the 14 plus million things, they're gonna be like, okay, those are the Avengers, and they're gonna extract these digital Avengers, and they're gonna extract them into their reality and be like, that's not the point.
Space stone.
That's not the point.
That's not the point. Mind Stone could probably do that.
You got the whole fucking gauntlet.
But I feel like Tony Stark might literally just build a time machine.
Ooh, a time machine.
I don't know,
that might be a DeLorean?
That might be crazy. But okay, remember in Ultron where they have Doctor Doom's time pad?
Yes.
Maybe he builds a time machine.
Fuck it, why not?
There's no Doctor Doom. Who else can do it? Fucking Tony Stark.
Tony Stark, why not?
Build a time machine.
Well, now we got the Fox. Fox is in the Marvel universe.
Like, what if he built a time machine while he's on Titan with all this weird Titan shit and literally went back in time on Titan? And then, like, he went back in time and then, like, civilization was, like, awesome and Thanos, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. There's, like, endless possibilities.
Well, Doctor Strange is still alive, right?
Oh, he's dead.
Okay, Doctor Strange is dead, okay.
And in the Infinity Gauntlet comic, which this is all based off of, the most important characters, Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
None of them are in these movies anymore.
Woof!
Doctor Strange is dead, and the other two have never been introduced, and not even close to being introduced from what I can tell. And except for Adam Warlock has been teased, but he's not coming anytime soon. The Captain Marvel is, but I don't know what she can really do. in this universe.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited for all the movies. All the movies.
Oh my god, all the movies are. I haven't seen Deadpool 2 yet, but I want to. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp's coming out, and The Incredibles 2. And I haven't seen Star Wars yet.
It's just, I haven't seen the Solo movie. It's just ridiculous, like, how much money the film industry is pumping up and how much money we're pumping up to pay them.
I can't pay them. I can't go see these movies that I want to go see.
These dicks are releasing movies so fast we can't even afford to go see them.
I can't afford to go see them because there's so many I want to go see. I just can't do it.
It's not even a money complex, it's a time complex.
That too.
It's like
retarded.
To go see a movie is like a 3.5 hour event.
Ugh.
It's like, I'm so tempted by those popcorn and these salty, delicious treats. I can't get like a large popcorn like I used to, man.
You can't even get a large pop and get a refill.
You can't even get 50 grams of sugar and refill it.
Retarded.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I'm thirsty. They give me all the salt.
Yeah, no, it's fair. They should. I mean, at this rate, they should just have. You should just be able to fucking order movies online just as soon as they come out. You should.
I want that.
But no, that can't happen because then you can immediately stream them and then that ruins the movie industry. Just like with the music industry. Music industry is still thriving though, but it's like artists aren't getting
weird industries.
Artists aren't getting paid as much, so they're like, no, we're not making as many millions as we used to through different avenues, so now we're mad about it. And it's like, I'm sorry, we can only give you so much money for convenience sake.
Yeah. But it does sound weird what they do to the artists and everything with the music.
Yeah.
Even back in the day with those record companies.
Well, yeah.
But I still have no idea how it works.
Back in the day, like, you had to buy a CD to listen to. If you had I'm getting a phone call. I can't answer it, Sean. Sorry.
Oh, shit. Sean, this is very important stuff. I feel terrible.
That's no big deal. Yeah.
No big deal. We're gonna ignore the phone call from your boss. What were we saying?
Well, yeah. So like, okay, so say you have a CD that has 2 songs that you fucking love. You just like want to hear these songs so bad. You have to buy the entire $20 CD just to hear these songs. So like, opposed to I pay $10 for Spotify, I have a library with thousands of songs based off of like. Maybe a lot of songs are like one hitters from one album that I didn't have to buy the whole CD for, so obviously they're not making as much on the royalties as selling these CD albums. That's why they're upset about the whole streaming music thing. But you can't be, because it's like, do you seriously expect us, if you make a shitty album with 12 shitty songs, but there's one good one, like, you expect me to buy the whole album for this so you can ride around in a private jet? Go fuck yourself. Make better music.
Yeah. Fair enough. That makes sense.
And, like, I'm a fan of, like, art, right? So, like,
totally.
You be a good artist and whatever, but I'm sorry, like, it's not up to everyone to appreciate your music.
Makes sense.
So,
makes sense.
But yeah, I support I don't illegally download my music still.
And it's easier for people to find their music now is the other thing.
Oh, YouTube.
Like, if they hear that one good song they like, they could potentially find some of the 2 shit crappier songs that they still like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I have tons of weird songs that's just like, oh man, I wouldn't play this in public. But like, I like this one's for me. Like, you play those songs in public.
Yeah, I do, because the public needs to hear those songs.
These songs are for the
It's
Republic.
my duty to share it.
Yeah, man. Songs.
Definitely.
Songs. 100%.
Love songs. I love art. Speaking of art, I can't wait to make art.
Like physical, like drawings.
We're gonna make physical art, but just the videos, man. We're doing this podcast thing. I can't make more art.
Yeah, and that's funny because we wanted to talk about that a little bit more. We still got some time. We might have to cut out to the audio thing. But one of the things I'm going to be doing on Monday is I'm going to be doing some open mic stand-up comedy.
That's what we wanted to talk
about. Which is a really wonderful art form. It's really creative. It's really new. When you think about how new stand-up comedy is, I've kind of chased it back to like a jester in like the medieval ages as your closest old thing to a stand-up comic, which is this really new form of art. So that's kind of what I spent some time on that one, and I'm like, okay, I guess that would be it, and that's what really seems to make sense to me. So yeah, that's another thing, and you know, that gets into your public speaking skills, your acting, your presentation, and delivery of the jokes you make and everything. So it's super, super, super exciting to get into it. And one of the things I also want to be doing is voice acting.
Yes.
And those are just like, and you just got to do more of it. So
totally, yep.
The first thing is actually taking the plunge and doing it. So what did I do? All I did was Google open mic night comedy. I had no idea if there's any clubs on the island. I saw one in Victoria, and I was passing through it that day. I'm like, okay, I'll try open mic. Like, I'll write down some jokes really quick. I'll just, whatever. I did it. It was fine. Like, 3-minute routine. Now I have a 5-minute one I worked on myself, and I think it's fucking hilarious. I'm going to do my best to film it and put it on YouTube for you guys.
Nice.
Because, and the goal with it is, like any creative goal should be, is to have fun, challenge your creative outlet, and challenge yourself to do more and create better things.
Totally. Yeah, and do it with what you can.
Yeah, exactly.
And just do it, and just do more, exactly.
Yeah.
And what I've been doing, I've just finished making a video for the high school down the road here for Barsby. That's the second video I've made for him. And both those videos were all shot just with this little point and shoot that I record all my podcasts with.
Yeah.
And it's just, it can only record half-hour videos at a time. It has, like, no battery. It sucks. Compared to what I need to do, the thing sucks. However, I feel like I'm able to do a pretty good job with it. And I'm pretty proud of what I've been able to do, and moving forward, I can't wait to do more stuff. Bruce is going to go pick up a camera for me this weekend, and that'll be nice. That'll be a good quality upgrade.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just it, is like, when you go for these things, like, don't over-invest. If you want to say pick up longboarding, pick up stand-up comedy, pick up, creative filmmaking or anything, don't buy a $4,000 camera
And think you're going to be the next best photographer in the world.
Exactly, because if that was the case, anyone could just spend money and buy anything and become good at it.
Take some photos with your phone and see if you have any kind of talent for it, and then be like, okay, fuck. Maybe let's buy a nice camera, or like see if any of our friends have a nice camera that I can borrow.
Exactly,
and then work your way up to that shit.
People don't expand their resources enough. There's so much more in the world, and like, and it's not. I'm not saying use other people. Like, don't get that as a message, because it's not what it is. I'm just saying, like, people want to help people out. That's a thing in our nature that isn't looked at enough. Is like, when you pass a homeless guy on the street, you want to give him money. You can't always do it, but you always want to.
Totally.
For sure. Like, deep down in your heart, that compassion is there. So if you have a friend that has a nice camera, and just say, hey man, like, can I take you out for a coffee, and can we do I want to see what you do. Like, I'm into photography. I see you have a camera. You're into photography. Let's do a photo shoot. Let's go take some pictures.
And don't just want to take from people. Don't just be the guy that wants to be like, look, can I use your camera? Like, I just want this. I just need this. Can I use it for me? And like, trying to give that person value. Be like, dude, like, we're friends. I love your camera. I've been doing this. I know you do this. I was thinking maybe like we could work together. You could share some stuff, like whatever. Like, you could just, there's so many ways to word it. And I was reading that book that you gave me the other day.
Well, that's just it. It just make it genuine.
Add people value.
Genuine and authentic, right? Like, it's like, if you're going to say, hey, can I borrow your camera? Be genuine about it. Be authentic about it. But yeah, there's probably a lot better ways to go around saying it. And take note of how many times people say no to when you ask them for things like that, opposed to saying, nice things. Because
like,
people,
sure, man, no
people
problem.
deserve to hear nice things, man. People don't hear enough nice things.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, you have a beautiful smile. Can I use your camera?
So that's all I gotta say. Just give them one compliment, and then being like, nah, but like, I need stuff.
And then wink at them, like, cinematically with like a
cinematic wink.
Yeah, cinematic wink with like the star, the ding, and then like a
tooth gleam.
Yeah, exactly.
Tooth shine.
Exactly.
You can trust me.
Yeah, you can trust me, sir. My best interests are yours.
Be squeaky clean.
Yeah, exactly.
That pretty boy.
Exactly.
I strive to be like that.
So, the comedy's sweet, and I'm kind of discovering this whole community around Nanaimo.
Comedy is really cool.
Because what we're looking to do is, podcast is all about local, and so immediately, like, when I go on the internet, I deep dive into these wormholes, man. Like, I see it, there's a comedy club in Victoria. I'm looking at, like, is there comedy in Nanaimo? I'm finding out the comedians in Nanaimo. I found out this community of comedians in Nanaimo. So I'm just deep in the wormhole right now. I'm messaging people I don't even know to figure out what's going on. And from my understanding is I could go do open mic a few times, and there'd be an opportunity for maybe me to do 20 minutes at the Queen's, a local bar downtown. And wow, what an opportunity to not make money, to just go do my thing, and to make that many people laugh. A bar of 80, 90 people that came there to laugh. Like, oh my god, what a dream.
Yeah, you don't need to get paid for shit. As long as, like, it's all about doing stuff for free. And like,
build your brand,
and like, and see if you're good at it first.
Yeah.
Don't ask people for money. Don't ask for anything until you're like proven your worth.
Yeah, well, because when you prove your worth, the money will come.
Totally. As long as you just keep giving, just give for free, it really builds your equity.
To live is to give.
To live is to give.
Yeah, man.
I like it.
Yeah, 100%. That being said, don't compromise and get taken advantage of. But yeah, like people will think of anytime someone's done something so over the top nice for you. Like you've had a pizza delivery guy and he was just so awesome, you tipped him extra. It's because you want to give to him, so people will want to give you money when you provide that good of a service to them.
Totally. That's what tipping's all about.
Yeah, exactly.
Being a pizza delivery guy myself these days, I appreciate good tips.
No, if you get Stratts...
to those who are listening, who get me as a pizza delivery guy, if you order from Panago.
Hey, if you give this guy anything less than $50, go fuck your mother.
Oh man, I want Joey Diaz on my podcast.
Yeah, that's a big upgrade. What, am I not good enough for you?
Well, we could both hang out with Joey.
We could both have Joey Diaz on the podcast.
Yeah.
Amazing!
Can't wait to get some guests. Our idea is we're definitely gonna eventually we're gonna kind of revamp the whole thing. This is just probably the first 15 episodes on the Stratocast here. It'll probably end up turning into something else. It'll be like season 1.
To be announced. We may have a new name coming.
We might have a new name coming.
Yep.
But the idea is to go to like some business owners, have like some cool local VIPs. Like we had Coach on. We talked about having Joel Smith on in the past, but seems to be a little bit elusive. But he's a busy guy. But eventually we'll get people like him on.
Yeah, he's a family man.
I talked to Nate. I talked to Nate Stevenson the other day because
Yeah.
I'm working on the Jamboree videos and stuff. And we might do one with Nate and Coach, or just Nate or something. But all these guys, they want to do local VIPs on Vancouver Island basically and talk to them.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Yeah, 100%. Well, there's a lot of cool, interesting people that have a lot of 2 cents to put in.
Yeah, Vancouver Island's a very interesting place. I hope people I want people all over the world to literally take a little note of it more.
Well, I mean, I do, but at the same time,
I don't. I get it.
I'm like, you guys, like, you're good where you're at. Like, come here to visit. Don't come here to stay.
But if people could come here and like make it better.
Yes.
What about that?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess that's when you get into any city, there's improvement, there's culture building, and then you light up the population, and yeah, 100%. But I just don't want more people here.
Who knows? Who knows what could happen?
Yeah.
But there could be more people. I don't know, I'm not opposed to more people. People that live here are always like, there's no people here. Or always like, all the people here are like, I just know everybody in town.
Well, they claim that, and there's like no events or fun stuff to do, but like literally our island right now can't facilitate as many people as there is on it through housing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, no more people.
No more people. We'll have to see. I don't know. People are smarter than me. Maybe they can figure it out.
Yeah, people are definitely not as smart as you, Ryan. You're the most
way smarter than me.
No, you're the most brilliant man out there.
I'm the most brilliant mind. I'm the infinite.
Yeah,
I'm the alpha and the omega.
The infinite Stratts.
That's pretty cool. Thanks for the compliment.
All Stratts from like every conceivable reality came possible. This is the smartest one.
I've killed every other conceivable Stratts from every other conceivable universe. And it's like the Hunger Games on a universal cosmic level.
Yeah,
and I'm the winner.
Except this is what you get. So like the fact that this is the winner, like think of all the gumpy Strattses there are out there.
Yeah, bunch of pussies.
Yeah. But I gotta get a haircut.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta go and get a haircut.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
We have more than a half hour, and we don't usually do that. So definitely gotta get a haircut, Bruce. It's very important.
I mean, look at this shit.
Yeah, it's so long.
You guys see this? This is
Gross.
ridiculous. Yeah, I got a fat ass interview coming up tomorrow, so wish me luck.
Oh, and he needs a haircut for it. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, give him the guns then, Bruce.
Cool, give him the guns. Thank you guys very much. Follow us like our page on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. Every video, give it a comment, tell us how much you love us.
Yeah, because no one's doing that enough. People need to tell us if we're doing a good job or a bad job.
Otherwise, we might kill ourselves.
We might just be keep doing a bad job, and you guys could have made us be better. I'm just saying, it's up to you, and it's up to us.
Give him the guns.
Give him the guns. YouTube, like and subscribe. Do it.